Yeah. What's up? It's good. Popping, cracking, percolating. Was really good in the hood. It's your man Theo Butler. No, there's no notification right now. There's no notification on this. You get it. Um, yeah. Late. I can't even say it's late breaking news. Okay. 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 And I ain't, give a setup and everything like that. I didn't. So I was doing a live last night. We was doing a live last night. We were. And let me not be like that. Let me greet folks. How y'all doing today and everything like that? Well, I said, what's up? What's good? What's popping? Um, I did we had a live last night. We did. We had a live. We did. After the live, I called my daughter and everything like that. And then after that, what's going on? Come on, yeah. We finna jump off into this thing. After that, I do my due diligence. Let me catch up on social media, current events, and everything like that since I've been on the live. Right. And in doing that, I see that. But folks like to make up stuff, right? So you're like, no. Let me verify. And whoa, it's crazy. And right after that, having been around on God's green earth for a minute, I said, let me see what folks gonna say. You got the chief of police in Utah. He pissed. You go check out the video. He pissed. He's livid. He's very, very upset. He labeled it a political assassination. Time out. Yeah, I wore this shirt for a reason. I wore this shirt for a reason. I'm sorry, that's not a he wasn't a politician. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Folks like to no. Between the diploma and the degree, all the classes I took, we're not gonna just throw words out there that don't fit. He wasn't a politician. Was this an assassination? Absolutely. Well, yeah, it was. But a political assassination? No, that wasn't. No, there wasn't no political assassination. We're not gonna do that. Was it wrong? Yes, it was wrong. It was wrong. A person should be able to speak, but we know that's not true. Fred Hampton, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, the women who were in charge of Black Lives Matter when they first started. Not gonna do that. We didn't label those political assassinations. We did call them assassinations. I don't think we called them political assassinations. Life is life. Life is life. If I'm not mistaken, we just had a young lady and her husband. She was a politician. That was her job. She was a politician. That was a political assassination. That's what that was. That was a political assassination. Both instances were wrong. Why? Because we have people being deleted for their beliefs. They're not the first, they're just the latest. The meek shall inherit the earth. I got enough sense not to hold a Bible upside down. You taught me the Christian Bible. You told me to adhere to it. You told me that's how I got to the promised land. Is it do as I say or do as I do? Because I can remember when there was a time I wasn't even supposed to read that Bible, not by myself. But if I've read that Bible, and I have, we're supposed to love one another. We're all God's children. Yeah, I wore this shirt for a reason. We don't all talk like that, though. We don't say we're all God's children. Not all of us. We don't talk like that. No, some of us act like even though God created man based on that book that we like to adhere to, we separate ourselves. I spoke about this on TikTok last night. This is the most divisive time I've seen in our country. And it ain't just being divided along race. No, men and women are being divided. Folks are being divided based on different beliefs. And you have folks that have the microphone pushing it, encouraging it, regardless of who they are. I wore this shirt for a reason. When you look at social media today, you have men being pitted against women, women being pitted against men, old being pitted against young, young being pitted against old. Folks that although they believe in loving one another because they are told they practice different religions, they are being pitted against one another. And we don't know where to stop. And we're doing it all in the name of what? Celebrity, fame, fortune. There's a woman on Capitol Hill right now. Oh, this is the left's fault. Oh, the Democrats got to own it. Do they? Do the Democrats have to own it, or does man have to own it? See, that's that separation. This is my channel, so I can use my platform for what I want to use it for. I can come over here and speak truth. This is 2025. Where were you in 2024? Remember the name calling, childless cat ladies? There are repercussions and consequences to words. We've been knowing that since elementary school. When our parents tried to tell us, hey, sticks and stones, they tried to teach us not to let words move us to do stuff. But we know better as adults that words can be used to move somebody to violence. We know that. In all last year, during the presidential campaign, did we talk politics or did we talk division? Did we talk economics or did we talk about black and brown people? You know, ironically enough, there was just a raid on a plant in Georgia, Hyundai plant. You got a young lady, I'm gonna call her a young lady, I believe I'm older than she is, bragging about notifying the authorities. Of course she is who you think she is. But those people at the Hyundai plant, they weren't black, they weren't brown, they were yellow. When the two attempts last year? 2 attempts. Any color in those attempts? No. Oh, but no, white is a color. Let's stop that right now. Neutral isn't a color because it's neutral. But white, like black, yellow, brown, and red, is a color. Those attempts last year on the president, they didn't come from any other color aside from white. While we've sat up here as a country and tried to paint people of color, people who aren't heterosexuals, we went above and beyond to paint those individuals as the worst. Above and beyond. All social media platforms, we went above and beyond to paint anybody who's not a heterosexual white male as a villain. They're potentially up to no good. You got to be looking out for them. We got to protect our communities from them. I listened to we did not talk politics last year. You got people right now who cannot tell you why they didn't vote for Kamala Harris. You know why you didn't vote for her. So what are we thinking? We thinking we can still, you're thinking, even though you went to middle school, elementary school, middle school, high school, in essence, your life experiences, you've seen somebody get tired of being talked about. You've seen somebody get tired of being bullied. You've seen folks get tired of being intimidated. Now, here's the damnedest thing. It wasn't always the person that got tired that snapped. Sometimes it was somebody who was tired of somebody running their damn mouth. They were the ones that snapped. Yeah, the bully didn't always get beat up by the person they were bullying in high school, middle school, elementary school. Though sometimes the bully would get beat up by somebody who was just tired of them bullying folks. And we've grown accustomed in this country to bullying people just because they're different. We don't preach love, which is the damnedest thing to me, because even though we say there's supposed to be a separation of church and state, we preach more division in this country than we preach love for one another in this country. If you believe in the Bible, that book is real simple. It is real damn simple. But I'm going to ask a question because I asked it to my wife. Which side do you think you're falling on? Are you falling on the Pharaoh's side, or you falling on Moses' side? Because if you believe in that Bible, he's supposed to be coming back. If you believe in it, he says the meek shall inherit the earth. He coming back. If you believe in the Bible, he talked about the symbol on the forehead. Yeah, you sitting up there talking about make America great again. You're following somebody who doesn't even believe in the scripture. And you wondering why this country is where it's at right now. Lack of accountability. I'm going to say the uncomfortable part. But it's poignant. The police chief in Utah wants to paint it as political assassination. It was white on white crime. Charlie Kirk is a spokesperson. He's not a politician. Charlie Kirk is someone who gives speeches. He's not a politician. He's not. He's not. The person that deleted him, I'm going to call a coward. The reason why I'm going to say that is because I don't want to do you physical harm. I want to embarrass you in your face with my words. I want to demoralize you. I want to show you to be the corrupt individual that I know you to be with my words. I want to make it so you have to walk away from society because you're shamed. That's what I want to do to you. Deleting you, that serves no purpose other than potentially turning you into a martyr. I don't want to turn you into a martyr. I want to show you to be the disgrace to human society that you are. Deleting somebody, that's too easy. But what are we preaching? Are we preaching love, compassion, understanding for one another? No, Ron DeSantis, you don't preach that. No, JD Vance, you don't preach that either. And Donald Trump, hell no. You don't preach it. You don't encourage it. You just keep going along with separation. You just keep going along with division. You're scum of the earth when it comes to this country. And that is the result of it. That's the result of it. So no, it ain't on the left. No, his deletion is on the head of everybody that pushes that narrative in this country. Black, white, Jew, Gentile, male, female. It doesn't matter. As long as you keep pushing hatred, as long as you keep pushing division, Umar Johnson, you're the cause of it. It's your fault. And it ain't going to get no better. But what I will say is this before I get on up out of here. There are no POCs involved in that. It's not. So if you want to get down with your own. It wasn't us. That's why we tapped out when y'all voted the way y'all did in 2024. We knew this was coming. It's historical. You eat one another. That is literally the tiger biting your face off. So when you get mad, when you get pissed, because you cannot understand the words of the Bible, you cannot find love in your fellow man, you make sure you look in that mirror, and when you walk out your front door, you go looking for one another. Don't come looking for me and mine. Leave the brown, the black, the yellow, and the red out of it. Leave us out of it. While we're preaching unification, way too many preaching division. Way too many enabling division. We're not here if he'd have had his ass locked up a long damn time ago. It's your fault. Why you didn't lock him up? Why you let him run for president? Knowing damn good and well what he was going to do. This is on your head. You let him. Why? R. Kelly sits locked up. Ain't nobody tripping. Play his music, but yeah, that's where he's supposed to be at. But this damn dude, you gave him 4 years, and what do we get after 4 years? He did not want to leave the White House. What did he do? Turned on his own friends. This is the reason why he had to get another vice president, because he didn't have a problem with the former vice president, his vice president, being deleted. It's the same damn dude encouraged the damn Capitol being seized. The same damn dude, and way too many of us couldn't wait to run behind him. But you're a Christian? You're a Christian. You got a Bible in your house? You go to church every Sunday. You on the usher board? You a deacon? Your wife a deaconess? Your children sing in the choir? You're going to be the first ones with gasoline draws on, because you literally took a man and put him before your God. Notice I said your God, because we don't do that over here. We don't do that over here. We're not going to hitch our wagon up to somebody who can't even hold the Bible like he's supposed to. We're not going to hook our wagon up to somebody who can't quote scripture. And we're damn sure not going to hook our wagon up to somebody who walks in opposition to God Almighty. It's crazy. Y'all got me talking like that, and I don't go to church like that. But I do believe in God. That I do believe in. And I believe in his word that man is supposed to love his fellow man. I believe in that. And I'm going to be honest with you. There's not a damn thing you can do to make me not believe in that. Oh, no, this is man acting out of ass like this. This ain't God's intention. It's not. But when you following behind people, I got to ask the question, are we preaching God's word? When we talk division, when we go out there to do our public speeches, are we preaching unification like God wants us unified? Or are we speaking hatred and division like Satan, Lucifer, Beelzebub would want us to? Whose work are we doing? I don't even go to church like that. But I do understand morality and I understand humanity. I get it. I understand it. See, you ain't got to be just like me for me to like you. You ain't got to look like me. You ain't got to talk like me. Hell, we low-key ain't even got to have the same interests. But what we should have in common, undeniably so, is love for our fellow man. That's what we should have. If you're being taught something different, if you've embraced that mentality, you fall on the Pharaoh's side. You don't fall on Moses' side. You fall on Lex Luthor's side. You don't fall on Kal-El's side. In essence, you fall on Satan's side. You don't fall on God's side. In essence, you fall on the criminal side. You don't fall on law and order's side. You're the villain. Well, I do have my stripes on. I wore this shirt for a reason. Aside from the fact that it's football season, I'm going to call it exactly how it is. We've allowed hatred to foster in this country. When history shows right there, when we go back and look at Nazi Germany, how it should have been handled, we've sat up here and we've let it fester and fester and fester. Here's the thing. Hatred knows no bounds. Hatred knows no bounds. Hatred, like a pew-pew, once you let it out there, you don't know who it's going to consume. Hatred, you release it, can come right back and consume you. No differently than love. Words have consequences. They always have. It's been shown throughout world history. It's been shown throughout American history. Words have consequences. Don't try and frame this any other way. Utah, conduct your police investigation. Don't spin a narrative. Don't do that. Don't incite violence. Don't further incite separation. No, do your job. Your emotions to the police chief in Utah, we get it. You got the death penalty in Utah, but if you're not going to use that like you're supposed to all the time, let's not make any special instances for this. Let's not do that. Just do your job. Do your job like you would. Here we go. Act like it was Theo giving that public speech. I wouldn't have gave it like that. That ain't how I'm talking. I would talk more like, but because you wouldn't frame me being deleted as a political assassination. You wouldn't. So don't do it here. Just do your job. Just do your job. He was deleted. That was wrong. You have an investigation. We don't need you giving any more public speeches and everything, inciting. No. If you don't possess the words, let your second in command do it. You're clearly emotionally compromised right now. You don't need to be doing it. You don't. And to those who feel some type of way, I'm gonna give to you the words that we would give to me in mine. Should something, not should, because it's happened before. Pray. Pray. Pray for a better world. Pray for a better country. Pray for more love amongst one another. Pray for that. That's the prayer right there. I'm gonna get on up out of here. I didn't come here for a long time. I didn't. I can't even say I came here for a good time. I did come here for a fair time, though. I did. I'm gonna keep up with these notes. Then I'm gonna get on up out of here. I know some folks are going to be triggered, but as my grandparents used to say, a hurt dog will holler. No, this should be about love. There should be a lesson learned here somewhere. It really should. It ain't necessarily the person that don't look like you, that don't like you. That's one lesson. Secondly, the second lesson, maybe if we preach more love, How about that one? Because we don't really do that. We keep talking about how different we are, but we don't talk about how, you know what? We all got blood in our system, red blood, right? If you prick me, it's gonna be red. Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna keep up with these notes. We got the Kamoyo King, president of the Black Panther fan group, the lovely Grand Madam Tarot. She says, when I first heard about it, I thought somebody's father got him for the freak offs at TP. Oh, wow. Trump Plaza. Kamoyo says, good morning. Professor Film Fan says he's greeting everybody. Professor, I don't feel anything for him, but I'm tired of people comparing political beliefs to anti-blackness. There you go. You're not wrong in that one. I ignore Looney Loomer. Joe, I like this. Joe to see Dion, that man getting shot has nothing to do with black people. It's our job to be prepared for the backlash. Get your hard work. He's had nothing to do with black people. It ain't nothing to do with the left. Ain't nothing to do with the right. No. This is white on white crime. I know we don't want to hear that. I know it's going to be some folks that don't want to hear that, but no, that's what that was. And it does exist. White on white crime. Here we go. I get it. This is going to be unpopular as hell. Ukraine and Russia. That's white on white. The Russian president, he's supposed to be more civilized than me. I ain't got nothing to say about Vladimir Zelensky. I actually like the dude. I respect what he got going on. But that's what that is. One of those cats over there is acting uncivilized, right? That person don't look like me. Well, we got to stop this whole damn thinking where folks are believing the false narrative, because this is literally a man-made damn thing. That your skin complexion makes you superior to somebody else. No, it don't. It might open you up to skin cancer, but making you better than somebody? No, it's on the inside that's going to make you better than somebody. Your skin has nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing. Thank you so much, Joe, to see you on Professor Film Fam. I've never had hate for that guy. I just didn't care for him. In the same way as I stopped caring for Terry Hogan back in 2015. See, I would have been the person that wouldn't have mind sitting across from him. Oh, let's have this conversation, big dog. Let's talk. Yeah, I'd have been, I'm the person that would have preferred to sit across and debate him, embarrass him with words, make him look like he's not credible. But that would have been, that's my thing. Because once you do that, the followers go away. We've seen it. Once you embarrass their leader, once you make their leader look incompetent, like they go away. They think, damn, we've been betrayed. Damn, we've been misled. That right there, no. But that wasn't us that did it. So I'm of the mindset, collectively, we wanted to embarrass him. We wanted to debate him. We wanted to demoralize him. We wanted to make him, in the public, we wanted to let folks know he wasn't credible. I'm of the mind, shout out to Jasmine Crockett. I'm of the mindset that's where we were. That, like you said, Professor Film, I don't have hate. And just so we clear, hate is a strong emotion. And that is the opposite of love. And I don't know if folks have ever really stopped to think about it, but hate is an all-consuming emotion, just like love. If you say you love somebody, hate is the exact opposite of that. And it can consume you. If love makes you irrational, what do you think hate does? If you do stupid stuff in the name of love, what do you think you do in the name of hate? Stupid stuff. It's the reason why they say you got to be careful when you look into the eyes of the abyss. You got to. The cautionary thing for us as a people is to not become the people that hate us. And that is a challenging thing to do. That is a challenging thing to do, to sit there and say, and I just want us to think about this, in the face of oppression, I'm still going to be a child of God. In the face of hatred, I'm still going to be 10 toes down for my Lord and Savior. That's tough, because you got to be able to meet the enemy with equal energy without turning into the enemy. So I'm with you, Professor Fam. They have yet to catch the shooter. It's going to be a problem. It's what? See, here's the thing. Shout out to Ralph Ellis's Invisible Man. It would have been easy if that was us, but no, we weren't there. We weren't there. No, you don't know what he looked like. The person blends in. They're white. They're white. Wigs, eyebrows, all that can be used to change up the look. If you ain't got a name, you ain't got an accomplice, you just got a white person. They were all white. That was one of the things that they talked about when the Capitol was seized on January 6th. They anticipated us running up on the Capitol. They didn't anticipate them running up on the Capitol, which is why it was so easy for it to take place. Well, you're under the impression that the only folks, they are, falsely so, that the only folks who have an issue with what someone like Charlie Kirk would say, they're under the impression they're all people of color. No, they're not. No, they're not. That's just as stupid as a mindset. Don't we have people of color that agree with Charlie Kirk? Well, if we have people of color that agree with Charlie Kirk, then it's safe to say there are going to be people that are white that don't agree with Charlie Kirk. You're not checking for them when they walk up in there. You're not patting them down. You thinking everybody white that then walked up in that thing is all there for the same damn reason. No, they're not. No, some are there waiting on an opportunity. Now, here's the damnest thing. It's history. Was not Abraham Lincoln assassinated? Were not the Kennedy brothers assassinated? Was there not an attempt on Ronald Reagan's life? See, this is history. This history. This make folks uncomfortable. Yeah, there was. Didn't somebody throw a shoe at Bush Jr.? Wasn't it two folks that tried Trump last year? None of them occasions do them folks look like me. None of them. None of them. So it's safe to say, you know who can deal with verbal vitriol, physical mistreatment, and not do nothing? Basically, be morally centered. You know, let me just get on my hands and knees and pray. It's going to be all right. Keep my body. It's us. You know who folks are, you know which ones are willing to say, you know what, damn all that. I ain't finna wait on God. I'm finna take it into my own damn hands. Well, until folks start calling it for what it is, doing something about it, as opposed to steadily preaching division, you're going to keep getting stuff like this. Now, let me just go ahead and say it like this, because I don't know if we're keeping up. There were 2 attempts last year. He didn't take office till this year. We said we were staying at home. When the election was over with, the results came back, we said we were staying home. We said, nope. Y'all got it. That's what we said. We said, y'all got it. Well, y'all got it. And there have been leaders, black leaders, trying to encourage. See, that's why we're not out there. Stop trying to encourage me and mine. We voted. We spoke with our vote. We voted. But as far as showing up to these public demonstrations and everything like that, no, we got another generation to raise. We got another generation to raise. And since people are acting like they ain't got good damn sense, no, we're not sending our mothers out there. We're not sending our fathers out there. We're not sending our children out there. They don't like the election results. Let them have it. They got it. That way, when they go looking for folks, they ain't looking for us. All we need to do, as my brother Kamoyo would say, keep the main thing, the main thing. Oh, no, once again, this ain't had nothing to do with us. This ain't got nothing to do with Jasmine Crockett. It don't. This, if I'm not mistaken, Utah is a red state. It's a red state. So this ain't no. As long as you're preaching hatred and division, this is on you. This ain't got nothing to do with the left. This ain't got a damn thing to do with the right. This ain't got a damn thing to do with a conservative nor a liberal. If you are preaching hatred and division, what transpired yesterday was your fault. Your fault. You ready? My wife is ready, y'all. I'm gonna keep up with these notes and I'm gonna get on up out of here and everything. I want to thank y'all so much. We're gonna get on up out here. He was a provocateur who promoted violence. Grand Madam, no lies detected. Professor Film said no, he also didn't need to preach hate and anti-blackness for years. Did not. Grand Madam, that was a hit, so he needed to be going for somebody. I don't know who, Grand Madam, a hit. You don't know who. So the whole political conversation, put that off to the side. Epstein. Yeah. Stay right there. We're not gonna make this, but thank you, Grand Madam. He didn't promote violence. He did critique black fatherless issue, yes, but not much. Hey, on top of that, I'm fine, but I won't dance on his grave. No, I'm not. None of us are. None of us are. But preaching anti-blackness, we gonna speak on that. He didn't promote violence. I understand what you're saying, Big Vernon, but when you speak anti-blackness, as you alluded to, the fatherless home trope and everything like that, you're promoting a negative stereotype that will eventually lead to violence. That's what that is, because you're thinking our children aren't covered. And we know that fatherless thing is an absolute lie. He did too, so why lie? Vernon, his cure for black fatherless was for black women to marry white men. He had no respect for black men there. And I'm not so, yeah. What do you think, Kamoyo? How long have you seen me post here? Vernon, did you vote for Trump? I don't think you did, Kamoyo. Worshiping at the feet of whiteness will not reward you with the white. I think you weren't mad. Cheeto, oh, Lord, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do. Y'all don't beef. That's the division. That's the division that the enemy wants. We're not gonna do that here. Here we go. Born 360. I'm only upset because they created a martyr out of that character of a white supremacy. And that's where it's for us to speak truth to it. No, he's not a martyr. No, we're not doing that. He's an unfortunate victim of violence. That's what that is. Let me see. Let's see. Kirk has lost multiple debates. Those idiots still worship. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, he where he is. Carlos Rosado was hitting. Carlos was showing out. Carlos, don't show out, big dog. I learned a long time ago, when you foment and raise hatred, you can't control the direction that hatred goes. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. It has been an interesting 24 hours. Yes, it has been. Listen here. Don't allow yourselves to be triggered, and don't allow yourselves to be divided and everything like that. As Kamoyo says, we're gonna keep the main thing. It was unfortunate. I can't tell you that I'm happy about it. I'm not. A person lost their lives and everything. We got to do better. Preaching love. As long as we preaching hatred and separation, that's what's going to wind up happening. Listen, I'm out. Thank y'all so much. Y'all hit that like button, share the video. I got to go handle some business. And remember the late, great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. Until next time, which will be later on today, because we're coming back to talk about Aaron Rodgers. I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and so, yeah.